And to cap us off, we have Drocrest? Oh.
Drogust?
Who says? Drocust. Yes. I'm not good at speaking sometimes. Bit of an odd field I got myself into then.
Certainly.
Who says, curious your thoughts on how Blizzard tends to shelve characters for their reveals. With Thanos being MIA since pre-patch, what will he become? I think this one's simple enough for the core of the question.
Yes.
Basically, they don't have enough screen time. I mean, they don't even have enough screen time to properly do justice to the characters that are in the focus of the expansion. I think that's just because Blizzard needs to put more time into characters in the game. It is basically just as simple as that. So until that happens, the weird thing of so many characters are shelved for so long, that's just going to be an issue. Now, I'm going to throw you a bit of lore that's fun. In the N'Zoth fight, we see the Vision, which is going to Sylvanas and Ashara having their bargain. And Ashara's like, yeah, I'm not blind to who you're really working for, though. And that means that Ashara knows about the jailer.
Yes.
So Ashara's in the shelf. When is she going to come back? Is it going to be, in reference to that line, thwarting Sylvanas' plans? Because we do know that Ashara basically pisses off to do cosmic stuff. So what's going to happen there?
Yeah, I think one of the problems with how they shelve characters is that we know that's what they're doing. They don't like quietly put someone in the back corner or send someone off on an important mission to come back later. Whereas I'm going to go to FF14 for this comparison because of the Stormblood stuff. There are characters that come back and I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. I haven't seen him in ages. And then it turns out like when I last saw him, it was like, yeah, oh he's off to do a scouting mission, and he comes back with detail, and it makes sense to me and feels fine because I'm spending loads of time with a cast of characters anyway, and I'm spending loads of time with them, and they all have natural things to do that don't involve being around. Like in the Thanos, I think it's because they have so little screen time that it always feels like there's no like casual like interaction with the Thanos, Sylvanas, Ashara, Anduin, Bolvar. It's all like big stuff.
Yeah.
They only have the time that feels important.
And I think that's what, I mean, it just hurts people with the lore, you know. It's like, I mean, even those in-game cutscenes, they look awful. I don't mean the in-game, like, pre-rendered stuff. I mean those ones where the characters emote about and the camera moves. Yeah. They suck. They're so bad. And they've been bad for ages.
Yeah.
I would rather the characters just emote like characters in the world, and that we don't have to put the dev time into, you know, a quest designer deciding it's time to be a cinematographer. Yeah. Rarely works out super good. I don't mean that as an offensive thing, but I mean that as in you either do those as good as FF does them, or you don't do them at all, and you just focus on the character content. So what I would like to have is actually less cutscenes, less stuff like that, and just more time spent with our characters in a low-key way where it's just characters walking about, doing a quest, emoting some text, nice and simple, and just more of that. But yeah, it's that, man, it is just that thing of screen time. How do we get more screen time? And I think that's probably just... It comes down to, you know, if you had a whole bunch of old school reputations, as an example, you could tie in some characters into that, and then bam, you could have a bunch more content.
Yeah, it's like, here's something I was kind of thinking there. How many of the dungeons in the Shadowlands have anything to do with Anduin or Bolvar or Sylvanas? 0.
Yeah, because they need to put the screen time into the Covenants, or else you won't know them.
Yeah.
But, oh dear, we don't have enough screen time. You know, I mean, even like Jaina, like Dalaran was supposed to come in over Siege of Orgrimmar and be bombarding, and that was supposed to be a big old thing. Yeah. But they were like, oh, we can't really do this. We don't have time. So it's really hard. Yeah. I think that if they lower the bar of what the presentation has got to be like, perhaps we could get more time with those characters, and that's basically just what I'd say there.
Yeah, it's just literally just give us loads of text and have Anduin walk around with us for a while if we're Alliance, or I mean, guess now in Shadowlands, it doesn't matter. Have Anduin and Bolvar walk around with us, well, eventually. Just let us know who these characters are. Give them humanizing moments as opposed to, you know, big like super CGI. This is their crowning moment. You're like, who's that?
Yeah, everything for Blizzard's like everything has to be an epic moment.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be a whether it's a tearjerker or the Alliance, whatever.
Yeah.
It's got to be that. But it's like, no, those moments only matter if they have room to breathe, and in between them is a lot of other stuff. And I think they need more of the other stuff.